Hello, Year 5. It's me here again. Just having a quick chat to you today about PSHCE. Need to share the screen. Here we go. So today is going to be about have you ever had mixed feelings about a situation? So this is about those situations where you might have two feelings going on. You've got maybe it's something you have been looking forward to, but at the same time it might affect someone else, or you might be worried about something else at the same time. So it's about exploring those situations really, and in exploring it, hopefully realizing how to deal with them a little better, and sort of going into situations with your eyes open really, and being able to react to them. So is it possible to be feeling more than one emotion? I've done lots of things before where I've got two emotions. I really enjoy mountain biking, but I've fallen off a lot of times, broken quite a few bones and taken a little bit of bark off, being in hospital a couple of times because of it, but it hasn't stopped me doing it. But every time I go on a bike, there's a little bit of that on the back of my mind, at the back of my mind, excuse me. So that's one of those things that I get really excited to do, but at the same time, I've realized that there are things that you've got to be careful of. And as a result of that, I take precautions. Of course, you shouldn't go on a bike without a helmet, but I make sure that, my helmet's on properly and secured properly. And if I'm doing a lot of downhilling stuff, I'll wear protective things on my knees and on my elbows to stop that happening. And sometimes I'll just use the brakes a bit more. So that's one of those things that when you go into a situation, you've got mixed feelings. So that's my example of a mixed feeling. Maybe you've got sort of more emotional things. An example of an emotional thing is I used to play rugby, and if you were changing team or going into a new team, so you were going to play from the second team to the first team, for instance, I was always a little bit excited because you're doing something you love, but at the same time you were worried because you might not know people as well, and you might not always feel that you are being taken into that sort of team properly. So that's always a problem. Same thing with going into new class or a club at school or anything else. So this is what we want you to do. So look at these situations. You're going on an adventure holiday where you can sail off a tall cliff. So how are you going to feel? Have a chat to it, think about it, have a chat to whoever in the room. Different people might have different ideas about that. Starting a new club, again, I've sort of talked about that. So you have to think about both sides in that, the good things and maybe the not so good things. Meeting new people, again, your best friends being chosen to do a special job when you really wanted it. I'm thinking about, school captain, or when you go to year 6, you can have sports captains and other things. So, what if your friend gets that? How are you going to deal with that? You being chosen for a football team when your friend is not, even though you think she deserves it, he or she. So how are you going to feel about that? How might they feel about that? What could you do? So talk about how you'd solve that problem as well. Being invited to a family wedding on the day of your best friend's birthday trip. So there you've got to think about the feelings of your friend, the feelings of your family. What's most important? You don't have to choose, but think about a family wedding. How often do they take place? Are they, do people get married all the time? Is it a once in a lifetime thing? Your friend's birthday trip, could you do something with your friend after? I don't know. Just have a chat about that. Explore the feelings suggested. So you can record, or even if you're feeling very creative, you could even act out one of the scenarios. So you could either act out, you could get someone to act with you, or you can try and do it on your own. Okay. Hope you can share some of these. Looking forward to seeing them.